It's like when people say they're games athletes, and then I find out that they were masters or team, and I'm like, yeah, I think that. I mean, I think that deserves
this has been something that I've been waiting to come up for 20 episodes, Sevan.
Here we go. Here we go.
I don't want to dig, but because I respect those guys more than I ever have in my life. But which is saying a lot because I used to never respect them. But yeah, what do you think, Matt?
I think it's an accomplishment, but you need to phrase it correctly. Like when I did weightlifting, I was a school age national champion. I was a junior national champion. But if you're saying I'm a national champion, you're indicating that you were in the open category, that you're competing against the big boys. And being a school age national champion and being a national champion is probably about 50 kilos in each lift difference. I remember hearing people like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Pan Am champion." And if you're a Pan Am champion in weightlifting, that is a big deal. You are legit. You're one of the top in the world. But then you do some digging and you're like, there's no way he's a Pan Am champion. And it's like, oh, school age Pan Am champion. And it's like, okay, there's a difference there. You dropped a little prefix. And so like with people saying I'm a CrossFit Games competitor, were your individual team, masters, teen division, what a huge accomplishment.
Were you 2019?
But like,
were you 2018?
But yeah, like say your title correctly.
Yeah, there's I think that's it's kind of almost in anything that's like big like that, right? Like even in the teams, even in the military, you would talk to people and or I get told a lot. I go, oh yeah, I was talking to someone and they said they were at team 3, like SEAL Team 3, but they don't clarify that they weren't a SEAL, right? They just say I was at Team 3. And so,
were you in Team 3 or at Team 3?
Right.
Explain that a little bit, Josh. So tell us about that.
So you have like it's I guess the term support would be the best correct answer, right? Like you have comms guys, you have supply officers, you have just logistics, you have intel.
All the people that make sure that you guys have what you need when you
exactly that make the SEAL team work as well. Not only SEALs make a SEAL team work, and so you'll just hear some people they just. It's just the way they word things, right? They say, "Hey," because then it leaves the other person like being like, "Oh, that means they must have been a SEAL," right? Which
they're not lying.
It is what it is. They're not lying. Yeah, they're not saying it wrong. They're just wording it differently.
Are the helicopter, when you guys go do jobs, is the helicopter pilot a SEAL or is he support?
No. That's he's a pilot, right? I mean, in that aspect, yeah, he's our mobility support, right?
But he's not a SEAL. He was with SEAL Team 3 hypothetically, but he's not.
And the helicopter units typically aren't. That's not those type of guys because those guys are going to say they're a pilot, right? Because being a pilot is just is a badass job. So it's not like saying like. You're typically going to hear that from like,
someone who's not in the action.
Yeah, right. Like it's like some sort of I'm trying to think of a supply guy, right? Like a guy who issues your gear, right? And they have to travel with you, they deploy with you and stuff like that. But they don't have a trident on their chest.
Yeah.